Hello people, Libluini here. Yes, you're back with Caelum's time in Dominion 6 land. Yeah, by now you know the intro. And we have tons of messages this time around. Board came to pay for real gamers. Yep, we have claimed the Throne of Creation. We are now up to 5 out of 30 needed points. You know, up with TEC, but TNG has given up. The player didn't want to play whack-a-mole anymore with all those other players attacking him, so they decided to give up and are now AI controlled. So this means of course all their provinces are free for all. On our side we made some more abominations, and Hilmar has finally found a site. The enchanted gate is a astral site which gives us one shiny astral pearl per turn. Well, any little bit helps. And then our Ahuranias found a mercury pond which gives us 2 shiny water gems, which we don't really need, but thanks. Our Harab Seraph of course hasn't found anything. The Harab Elder hasn't found anything. And then we had another Ahurani who didn't find anything. So 2 unexpected finds and a lot of nothing. Then we see TC now robot control breaking out and boosting down some small rear guard of Agathas. I'm guessing they moved their troops off the throne. There was some talk among players on Discord about this kind of thing. Then we see Ulm attacking TC and being defeated. I'm guessing this was an attempt to storm the throne castle here. I'm also talking right now on Discord with yet another player. But let's take a look at this battle here. Let's see. Yeah, this looks simple enough. There isn't that much in here. I'm guessing it's the old problem of troops getting stuck in the big hole in the wall. Heavy footmen, huh? Nice repellers, but they're also not really good attackers. No idea what went wrong here, except that the heavy horsemen might have used their composite bows to go with the guys up there. Not much magic in this. Oh, yes, of course, he has those, the jewels. And of course the other side has priests, so this might go. And Zweihanders, of course, those don't care for anti-Christian spells. Yeah, that doesn't look too good for the few undead around here. Those Jewel Guardians are getting pasted. Still, some good battle magic could have won the battle easily. I mean, sure, late age Ulm has some trouble on that front since most of the mages have some weird combination like Astral and Blood, which is hard to use in the early and mid game, and I still find it funny that the entire back row is empty on these maps. Looks like they eventually managed to break through. But of course then they have the horseman attack, which is another big stumbling block. And yeah, some units lose their moral rolls and start breaking. And then the Rangers attack, but they of course are stuck behind troops who would want to run away, and then their moral breaks in large amounts. And this was an embarrassing fail on all fronts. Let's look at the numbers again. Yeah, dead commanders, dead Bane, that must have been cost a lot of gems, considering how expensive they are to summon. Some archers. The Jewel Guardians of course got pasted here. The Rangers of Ulm, well, a lot of them survived at least. Riots, also a lot of wasted gems here, And half of the Zweihanders got killed here. While the defenders, well, they lost about half of their numbers. But that's kind of painful. Maybe next time the player of Ulm remembers that if you attack an enemy who has lots of priests, you should probably do something about protecting your undead if you want to put them in the center of your line. And also remember that the Rangers of Ulm in the late age aren't exactly the most reliable troops. So that is... Oh wait, what's on Discord? So anyway, sorry, I was concentrating on talking on Discord there. So after the battles and the searchers, there are the unexpected events, like us getting more glamour gems we can't use, and a magic site found, but this time it's only an iron mine which gives resources. Is this even usable in Faircliff? Well, we do have tons of resources here now, so I guess the answer is yes. Funny. And we have E-Main, another magic site found. This time it's Earthblood Seepage. Wait, what? Didn't we find this already? Oh, unexpected event. People asking some extra time of Sloth +1, yeah. Worldwide event, that's one. The Throne of Creation has been claimed. People are filled with creativity and willingness to work hard. Unrest decreased worldwide and productivity +1. So I'm guessing my concerns about the additional turmoil scale has already been negated. Nice to see. So no income loss for us. Then Agatha deleted one of our scouts. That's annoying. It's down here, but the scout actually survived. So let's let him slip in around the mountain of mist here. Want to keep taking little glimpses of what is beyond our borders. Ah, shit, Lord of fuck. That was too fast for me to interrupt the recording. Sorry about this. Oh yeah, my magic artifacts are starting to yearn, since they're long to be forged. Ooh. Yeah, I think it's only for unique artifacts, so since we are just arriving at construction 7 instead of 9, that might be taking long, but if we get this fast, whoever gets to forge the artifact can so for half the normal cost, so that's useful. It's also... Other people should be thanking me, because that's, of course, for everyone, not just for our new throne here. So, first things first, I've lined up some glamour gems for my neighbor Femini, so we can get 20 more air gems in turn. Then we are negotiating what to do with those two provinces, since remember, Femini raided them from TC, but didn't actually wanted to take them forever. There's also, of course, this robot army now on our borders, but as long as we aren't attacking one of their provinces, the AI will keep on ignoring us. We're kind of in luck, because remember, we took a province from Raga here, and several from Andramania. Wait, Raga's province might even have been here down here. Let's look. Oh, no. Raga? Oh, yes, Raga. And then us, Caelum. Yeah, so... The resting hates the Raga territory. And the three provinces and the castle up here we took from Andramania, which is now defunct. Mostly. You can take a look on the players active right now. Yeah, Raga has been defeated for good. PC has now given up, but is still in the game, technically speaking. And Romania is almost gone by now, but it's still hanging on for a while at least. Then, let's see, Rettiheim was also nearly destroyed. Which, here, this flag. And no, the human player is still there, fighting the good fight against the Ulmian menace. Good to know. So that's done. So it seems the player isn't really interested right now in taking those two provinces. Agatha, I mean. Femini doesn't care. They would hold on to those provinces themselves if they could get anything from it, but right now they're still not connected to anything. No fort, no nothing, so they're free for all, like everything else. Agatha's player just told me they're still busy laying waste to the Red Waste. I'm thinking about taking both the Outland and Ghent. So of course we have to be careful, since there is still at least one fully scripted army running around, and we have no scouts in the area of Mark, so we don't know if this is a strong army or just another raiding force. The safe thing is of course to take Outland, since Agatha is still... Oh, there's also the capital, TC. So I'm guessing the stack is sitting in 195. We can't see it because our scout is not here. But Femini is informed us that there is a big stack here. It's just so that Agatha's player is apparently wanting to use those stacks to keep the Red Waste and TC bottled up. Well, okay. This means, of course, we can use the army I'm having here for some free adventures, since Agatha's army isn't here yet, and this army down below is still multiple turns away. There is of course Latian and its unknown forces, so we still have to move in strength. Let's see. Here we have Dust 514 and his block of sacreds. Let's put this in the middle here. And we'll probably take one real leader here. Where the fuck is Dust 514? Oh, up there. Okay. Yeah, nice double line here. Well, why not? They're the most expendable, so in case there are some arrows or balls going around, hopefully they'll target them first. And if they target the archers, will go on the hardest possible targets anyway. So I win in both cases. Hopefully whatever is there will get stabbed to death if my storm guards land in their back row. And we'll probably want at least some of them to be... So this is just in case there is something riding in front of us. We are leaving our surprise party still here. Oh, yeah, we have of course another Vishtaraf here. Probably... I have about 100 open here. Well, let's add some stealth ones here. So... those two, right? Those two. Well, that's a healthy troop. No magic, right? Because... well, I could send in magic, but there aren't really enough troops to do anything interesting here. And not enough mages, I mean. We really don't have any air mages here, which sucks. So at least let us claim Old Man land here, since it has very high income, and Ulm is also busy, since those tiny stacks are probably going to do something about keeping the lid of Umbro here. At least he was smart enough to take some units and let them sieging. Something Agatha could have done here too, but I'm guessing this was an attack by TC. No idea what's going on here. Why did he... now I see. He probably moved troops to TC here and we can't see it right now. Now we are lacking information here. Fucking hell, so... since you are not needed right now, please search here. Maybe we're incredibly lucky here. Yeah, you're stopped here right now. You haven't found anything either, right? So So let's keep going. Maybe I'm lucky and find something in Fairclough. I mean, there were other singing stones, so maybe we're lucky and find another fireside. Well, one. We still have 0 and a bunch of event camps here. Recruitment here is going fine. Don't need more of those, and storm guards, please no. Should I or should I not? So we have some defenders here. Defenders of the crown. And these guys. Now for my multiple Raven Lords. Nope, one Raven Lord. So now I have set up some backup hiding force here. Hide and wait. Hide. Yes, hide. Up down in Fairclough. We've gotten... Yeah, no. Here we got this iron mine, and now Fairclough has ultra much resources here. Too bad we need extra money for something else here. What's with the defenders here? A bit under strength, but... Oh, okay. Looks like Patala is now going for the throne here. Looks a bit like a hard target. But of course there apparently isn't any big magic there, if I remember correctly. We're probably not going to attack us here. That would be kind of stupid. Research. Well, we are going to Thaumaturgy 5 for Soulslay and then going back to Alteration. Anything we have right now here? Well, we have Control, which tries to take control of a single magical being. Probably need more Astral Mages then, because that's something that can... Well, we have several Astral Mages right now, and each one is strong enough to just cast this over and over again. Fatigue 100, right, okay. Level 4, that might be 50, so that's... yeah, okay. Still, even with 3 mages, it'd be something like 9 that may be changing sides. That's not enough. Arcane Domination would be nice, but we need more research. Remember, Pythium has all the research in the world right now. There's another sneaking force to collect up here in Art. And since we're here, it's the Enchanted Gate, for example. And the Mercury Point is this thing here. So let's see. First off, please everything researching. Good. Palisade building continues. Let's see. We don't need you anymore. You already found something. Where's my prophet? Because he doesn't have any research power, so we would be smart to use him. What's on the here he is. The board game before the game. Now construct a building, temple, thanks. So now I have some rest money left over. I guess I should go to the capital again and see what I have here. Ah yes, I was recruiting up a reserve force here. Oh fuck, well okay then let's recruit a flying scout or 2. So next turn we should have 1 or 2 turns where nothing much happens because there is no what the fuck what I wanted to say here? Ah yes, because the Palisade isn't yet finished, we don't have any reason to spend more money. So we can do something more mage recruiting and shit next turn around. So anyway, more abominations to fill up the ranks here a bit. Oh wow, he's shown filled up? Wow, fucking hell. Well, that's solvable, so a bit annoying. Let's see. Which one of you idiots is the one who will stop researching for a while? Death. Yeah, we need another king. Okay, I guess it's better to have to make it one king, one nation or something. So this stack is then for the next one. Yeah, this army will probably join up with my left flank since it's a bit under strength. Any mages I should use here? Well, this Harp Elder is basically a huge disappointment. And I need really more air mages, or otherwise my Stormcaster doesn't make much sense over there. Anything new here? Oh, you are new. And yeah, another air mage is underway. Let's have some minimum viable quality here. And fucking hell, next turn I have to start recruiting again. We need as much Harp Seraphs as we can get. So of course, with my luck, a lot of them will be duds. Should probably start thinking about ways to use those one-pathers in battle somehow. My right flank is of course big and beefy. And now that we have claimed the throne, we can use those bonuses. Construction 7 is still ahead, and yeah, but we can conjure something. One thing I want to remember is that I have 2 Ahuranis right now, and since they are disease healers, recuperation, it heals afflictions. So not only disease, but also any afflictions, including heals its afflictions over time. Yeah, but I think... Oh yeah, here, disease healer. Oh, I was just looking at the wrong tag. I am stupid sometimes. So the gift of water breathing is of course useful, but if I send one of those Ahuranis into the water, that's of course not one who is marching with our armies. That could be obnoxious. Also obnoxious is that we still don't have enough astral powers here. This guy, for example, can either give me more Yatsatas, but having more paths is completely useless, you know? But also Ahuranis. And he's the only one who can do this because he has astral and water. So with 30% it should be, I think the game rounds up, and it should cost us 9. We have 39 right now, and we have 30, oh wow, it only costs us 8. So the game has rounded down? I'm just bad at math, I suppose. Useful. And of course, since our Ahurani is supposed to go underwater with something a bit less slow than our Earthbounds, we are summoning Yasatas. So now that should be also 9, I think. Fuck, I can't see the Ahuranis, but yeah, so it should then go down to 22, 23? 23, yes, okay. So that's nice. Of course, it's even nicer if I summon something big, since the bonus is getting even bigger. But now I have to keep some astral pearls for forging. Next turn we can start forging some astral boosters for our astral mages. And the rest is, of course, yeah, research, please. So, you're also kind of lucky that Ulm keeps losing troops here while we're preparing for invasion. So what the fuck can these things do? I mean, I think never darts, but no, wait, that's astral, right? So you fire guys, but they are super rare even. Not sure it is anything useful here. But I could, okay, they can summon lesser elementals, That's a use, but I need my gems for other things. Nest of Salamanders is interesting. Castle Salamander Asps. Kind of funny. But we don't have any level 2 fire mages, sadly. The Cause Candle. A Cause Candle is a glowing sphere, appearing like the light from combat. Its light intensity is any touched by light will start to age at increased speed. It's very difficult to hit a Cause Candle in combat. It's kind of something that annoys the enemy more. I'm guessing if those candles touch some easy to age old mage, that would be ridiculously effective, but looking at the range, well, there probably is not. It's probably just showing up right next to the caster. Anything else on the list? Well, there is Combustion, which has range 30. Few enemies are set ablaze. The spell ignores enemy armor, but it is not always strong enough to kill the victim. Also, rain or snow will put the flames out very quickly. So this is something our level 1 mages can actually use. But in a funny way, you're also a nation of frost and ice, so there will probably be a lot of either snow or rain coming down. But I guess in an emergency, that's something our level 1 firecasters can do. It has even some range. Does it even work on enemies that aren't undead? Cannot be cast on water. And it uses the combustion effect. It doesn't tell me what it does, but it doesn't say it doesn't work on unliving enemies, so I guess I could use it still to set fire to the undead. And there are the Bane Fire Darts, which need fire and death combined. Even better range. And it does armor piercing damage, magic damage. And it adds decay effect for some kind of extra aging effect. This might be useful. Of course, we have far more people who are the weird mix of water, death, and air, and some have earth instead of air. That will be a lot harder to find a use for those clowns eventually. I think, yeah, they can give themselves Stygian skins, or they are fairly hard to kill since they're now invulnerable. But they don't really have anything offensive like shocking grasp here. I guess after they make themselves invincible, they could just walk into or fly into range and touch someone. Still high risk, low effort, low reward, I would say. These guys might be just fucked. They can make themselves fairly... They can also use Air Shield to protect themselves even further. And then I guess they can start summoning hawks? No idea. Those guys might be just fucked. At least summon Storm Power only uses one sliver here. That's a change I didn't even notice, because in earlier games all those buffing spells to make your casters better all took 2 instead of 1. But I'm guessing it makes some kind of crazy sense, since you first have to make a storm before you can empower your air mages. Well, most of the others just have to be somewhere. Like water mages have to be underwater, and earth mages just have to be and exist. It was always a little bit unfair, I suppose. And then at level 2 we have more options. So that's something I also have to remind myself. Lacerating Winds, so it has insane range, big area of effect, and it does not much damage, and if the enemy is too big, they might even ignore this, or this was another spell. Nice to see. It's of course 5 damage, that's nothing, so if An enemy has enough protections they won't even notice it, but it might be a nice spell to interrupt enemy casters. And since each of our higher-up seraphs has at least Air 1, this might be something to remember in the future. Right now we need any slice of research we can get, so that's not as useful for us now. But in the future. Farflight arrows. Huh. Improves missile range for a really big... Oh, 20 plus. Yeah, okay. Is of course a bit hard for a level 1 mage to pull off, since he first has to spend a turn doing something else, so Storm can go up, then he has to cast Storm Power, and then after multiple turns he can finally cast this, and at that point several flights of crossbows have already gone out. But since it affects 20 plus areas, might be also a useful spell to take into remembrance here, since most of our secrets are this kind of thing. So it looks like I was wrong. There are some shenanigans we can do with level 1 aircasters. There's some nice combo with Earth. Well, no, and sadly we can't be sneaky with Earth mages because they sadly need level 2 to get even stronger. They do have a lot of personal protection spells, but that seems to not be useful enough. We can make use of really any ion, but since the ones with water and death can make themselves invulnerable, that seems to be... yeah, that seems to be actually a fairly good... how to say... script. Stygian Skin takes 100% casting time. And then of course there's the problem that Summon Storm Power is also 100% casting time, and Storm. Storm is always what my casters do first, and it's 200% casting time. So Summon Storm Power. Now they should be at level 2. Let's see. Thunder Ward is of course also fairly useful. Of course, Farflight Arrows and Thunder Ward is also something that should be something our big casters then should be doing. True Shot makes everyone more precise. But of course, we could go through here. Fatigue cost 100. Oh yeah, okay, so something to take into account. Each one of those clowns has, you know, exactly one of those big spells they can shoot off before they're too tired to do anything. So but we can do something about this. Go back to evocation. You have the Stormwind. The Stormwinds have insane range, insane area of effect, but only do 1 damage. They're basically only there to be stunners. But yeah, that's the spell that can where the big beefy guys might just say fuck you and nothing happens. Lacerating Winds was then... in which case... oh, Alteration was Lacerating Winds. Lacerating Winds is also really big. They have more fatigue cost, smaller area of effect, but they can potentially do more damage, and it can't be resisted just by being big. Now let's put this in now, and we have to take into account that there is an infinite amount of fatigue. 20, 30, and now at around 50. And just to have some kind of stunning spell. We should split the difference and go down the Stormwind route. We are now at 70. And we have one slot free. Yeah, okay, it's a bit late, so what kind of fucking air spell can I put in here that costs gems? Yeah, okay, since most of our shooters are crossbows, this might be a nice little surprise. Okay. Then finally, at the very end... Arrow, what? Ah, no, that's 3, not 2. So that would overwhelm our fuckers a little bit. We could also use yeah, that's for standing right in front of the enemy. That's of course something that's interesting. It hits only one, but with armor negating shot. And it will hit both rider and mount, so it's extra effective against riding enemies. And then we have Thunder Ward, which gives shock resistance +5. That's also useful. So, this of course, fucking hell. 6, 7, 8. Ah, fucking hell, I'm already running out of... Oh, thank fuck. So we have now this tiny thing here. Did it work? Yeah. So this is only for the combination of air, water and death. And I have to really try to do something else with the other guys. I think the earth guys will probably just stay where they fucking are. Yeah, I have some of those water casters here. That's probably a good idea to take them into my invasion route. Good also because I don't need that many of them actually. So I'm not dovetailing my research too hard. Just nice to have some use. Of course my right flank is overprotected here. It doesn't have any of those extra spellcasters. Probably for the best if I take 2 of them with me then, since they are supposed to buff. And I think I'll try thinking up about something to do for the death guys, the fire and death guys, I should say. Here we have our sages. We're really good at research, but also could be used to power up our astral mage here, who is already at level 4. If I give him a skull scab, that's level 5. 2 slaves would be level 6. Well, it depends on how fast we can make our research go. Construction 7 is there. Thaumaturgy, yeah, in 3 turns we might already want to start attacking. Rewrite Fate. Yeah, that gives something nice to everyone here. Negates the first successful strike. Your effect is really big, but the AI can be a bit stupid about exact targeting of those squares, so that can be a lot less. Will of the Fates is the same thing, but negates strikes against the entire fucking battlefield, which is kind of redundant since our sacreds will have this power too. But it's the first thing that it's really, really useful. And if we want to attack something, Doom is perfect for cursing everyone, including the enemy spellcasters. So we'll just continue being on this front here. Then we have, of course, these here. Time stop is kind of neat because it means our big casters can chain together some really strong combos, since it reduces everything for 10 turns to 90% to 10% of the casting time. You just have to remember it's still only 1 spell per turn, so it's not that useful really, but some of the biggest spells are 3 or 4 times longer than normal, and reducing that down to less than half of a turn still means that's a huge advantage. Wish, of course, is big, but with the amount of gems we have, it's also probably Not terribly useful. I'm kind of lucky that the anti-magic being spell is level 8 already instead of level 9. Then, if we want to use Master Enslave, let's roll down this route here. Divine Name could be useful. What's on our other side here? Gale Gate. No idea if I can get this, but this might be the next goal then. After unlocking our final shit, we might also be reversing this if we get to Alteration 8 before this. So research goals are done. We continue assembling troops. We might get old land here. Yeah, okay, so there is not much more to say or do here. We have started using our new found powers. We need a new Ahurani and some troops. Next turn I'll summon 12 more of our Yasatas, and then we have 18, and they can then go into the ground in Silent Ocean. So of course he seems to have moved the Shamblers out of the ocean at some point. But there might be a strong defense anyway, and I don't want to trust our undead, since my main power is just stunning the enemy a little bit with the electricity in their bodies. It might not be enough. Even with 2 Kings of the Undead going under the water. I might fill up the lines with some Earthbones anyway. My main strength of combining Yasatas and Ahurani is that as soon as they're out of the water, they can fly again, so they're highly mobile if I take them out again. But yeah, so Palisade, my friend. How many turns? 3 turns, so yeah, next turn we have our temple here, and we have 2 more turns to recruit more mages. Yeah, okay, so things are looking up for us. We just have to speed up things a bit. We have still our research stacks all over the place. We made a little trade, and it looks like we can get all land without any opposition. And maybe since we are still forging and summoning shit, might take some extra turns to walk around and claim this province too. Good old Ghent. Depends on what the AI is doing, because if the big stack is moving up here, the TC can have it for now. I don't really want a pissing contest with a dying AI just before we're starting our first real war. And I think that's it. End of the turn. Did I forget any searchers or just our hiding scouts? Did I? Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Is there nothing? That seems strange. Yeah, you stay there on point. Did I send anything into the caves? No, not here. Can I see the entire cave layer? Because I was sure I had put a scout in here, but apparently not. Oh, yeah, that's the Elf-Blood Deep Wolf of Agathos. So. Anyway, let's continue next turn. Oh, Patala is far to the east of here, overwhelming Pyrene. Huh. Okay, that's another blood nation that's going down. After that, Patala might turn into a possible threat. Another reason to speed up things while Ulm is blowing hundreds of units each turn. So anyway, until next time, Libloini out.